again, this is Gary Williams from the EFT Hub, and I'm sharing some time today with Bill Dovel. Hello, Bill.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Bill, and I'm looking forward to this interview because we haven't spoken before, have we?
No, this is the first time that I've met you.
So, Bill, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I was a psych nurse for about 19 years. That's a nurse with a specialty in psychiatry. Excuse me, and most of the time I did outpatient groups, and I was kind of a problem solver. The psychiatrist gave meds, the therapist had you process, and how does that make you feel? And I was kind of in this problem solving slot. And I went on this 15-year search for trying to find something that would have permanent results. And I accidentally fell into EFT. In fact, at the time I was trying to combine becoming a yoga teacher with cognitive behavioral interventions, hoping if you would do yoga poses and mix that in, that you would get a permanent result. And I never did figure it out. You're in downward dog, tell me about your childhood. I never did figure out how to do that. And when I found EFT, I went, this is what I've been looking for. So the brain really does, the thinking brain tells the emotional brain how to feel, so to speak, and the reactive brain, the thing that causes all the behaviors, is listening to the emotional brain to decide how to react. And so when I tap, I've been able to incorporate my little tiny piece in there about keeping track of those three parts of the brain whenever I'm tapping.
Right, and we're talking about behaviours, aren't we, that come from the way that we're thinking and all the rest of it. But is it really possible to get beyond something that you've done, most of your life?
Yes, we believe that for example, the average person that comes in to see me, by the time they're willing to pay money and do individual sessions, they've tried everything you can think of. And so the belief is the longer you've done it, the more it's going to stay in place. But when you're tapping, you're actually turning on a record button in the neural networks in your mind, so to speak. You're turning on a record button to have a new response. It's not magic, but it works very, very effectively.
So, I'm very familiar, with those sorts of behaviours. There's been many things that I've tried to get beyond, through my
Yes.
life, but it's not always easy. So how do we go about that?
Well, one of the ways is first just to use tapping in any of its form, just to get confidence that you can lower how upset you're feeling. And once you can lower how upset you're feeling, which is that midbrain, the emotional brain, like I'm anxious and I don't know what I can do about it, I'm anxious, how can this tapping possibly help? You can even just tap the points that you know and say things like that, and you go, I'm a little less anxious.